Are we live?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Hundreds in the house tonight. They just got back from Washington, D.C. I think they got something they want to say.
Lori.
All right, we'll finish that later.
Yeah, just Mishi, I tried to call you. I tried to video conference you to let you know before we came on live. But yeah,
here we are.
No shit. Pennsylvania's been called. I see it from NBC, from BBC,
Fox
from
News
CNN.
It.
It's done.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done.
Greg, your intonation's down again.
Oh, God damn it. I may have to reboot. We'll see how this goes. Hang on.
Well, so here we are. Now what? It's done. We did the thing. Da, 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 da. Yeah, we got it. We got it fixed. We usually have that fixed before we go live, but I wanted to get live instantaneously and start playing the song because you guys all earned it, quite frankly.
Better?
Yes.
Okay.
We
did the thing. Yeah, we got it. That's my digital converter, Jareen. We got it straightened out. We came on so fast, I didn't even try to reset anything.
That's what you said.
Okay, so yeah, 11:36.
Yeah, that the Senate fight is awesome. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Today, I mean, the 4-year-long national fucking nightmare is officially done.
Lori Bersani for the win.
Yeah, Trump was golfing. Yeah, I mean, honestly, he knew they were done probably yesterday. So his team was probably like, "Hey, shit turd, why don't you go golfing? Because you're a fucking asshole." And maybe Dick Cheney or Nixon's old house is up for grabs. I don't know, but you're moving, and it's out of this house. So yeah. I mean,
my downstairs neighbor was playing "Fuck Donald Trump" on his big ass stereo system in the garage, and I'm not going to complain today.
No, exactly. It's entirely appropriate. Yeah, it's funny. Like in the message thread, Greg messaged it to me. We're in a messenger with Greg and Dave Myers, and all I had was like, "Well, fuck," and I don't actually have anything else. Like I'm just like, well, shit. That happened.
Corey, just letting you know that I'm going to put our StreamYard link here in the chat with Sam Ronan and the other organizers.
Yeah, anybody who wants to,
might want to join us. Yeah.
Van Jones, CNN.
He is being cautious. He's telling us, let's get him out of the White House before we say it's over. Okay. He's not going to have a lot of options on January 20th when the Secret Service picks him up physically and removes him. So that's,
I mean that ultimately, like that, people have talked about that. He's not going to resist, right? Because I just don't see that. I don't think that's going to happen. And again, like we won't know that that's not going to happen until we know. But yeah. God damn. If anybody finds that, I think it's too soon to have. If it was just on, if anyone can find the Van Jones clip, send it to me via DM and I'll post it up for sure.
Yes, you can send that your fired tweet now for sure. Wow.
Yeah.
So Pennsylvania called 273 is the current count, and there's more to come. I have a feeling the rest of them will cascade call now because they've been hesitant because there's a giant fucking narcissistic man baby in the White House, and they want to make absolutely sure that it's correct. Right. I believe Fox will have them at 284 because they had called Arizona previously. It's a little bit of a jumble just yet, but look, by late tonight, this will all be aligned and done correctly, and we'll be celebrating a Joe Biden victory speech, which I'm pretty sure will not insult, denigrate, or harm people.
Yeah, exactly.
And for all the talk about should have gone more progressive, should have, did elect Joe Biden president by a larger margin than Trump won over Hillary Clinton by what's going to be a north of 300 electoral vote count. 304, I think was Trump's victory margin. I think this is going to be bigger than that. So it's not close. Let's make sure we don't let anybody get that narrative. Oh, they don't have a mandate. It was close. No, fuck you. It was not.
4 million votes
overwhelmingly.
Later. Yeah, exactly. So
it's going to be 7 million. By the time we're done, it's going to be 7 million.
Wow, that's okay. That's a lot.
I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to be.
That's crazy pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just as far as the electoral math right now, there's different calls that are going on. The more conservative ones have it at 273. Fox, that already gave Arizona out, has it at 284, which is why you'll see that disparity in a few different places. We have our first guest showing up.
Yeah, James. No camera for you there.
Dave Myers. No, Joel, be nice. The insulting and denigrating is my job. Stand by for pettiness.
We can all be Luther, the anger translator.
Fucking A.
James dropped out there. That might have been Dan and Danino. I think, I don't know. We'll find out when they come back. So,
yeah, I think, the difference we're going to see is that NBC and a few other places haven't called Arizona yet, but it doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant. It's not likely to change. Georgia's not likely to change. They're not going to do any recounts. I would suspect anyway, unless something really weird happens towards the end of the count in Pennsylvania. It's kind of insurmountable because he's going to win. He's going to win Arizona. He's going to win Nevada. He's going to still maintain Georgia, even though Georgia might be the automatic recount that has to be done. Fine, go ahead, go fuck yourself. We don't give a shit.
Listen, yeah, Dave. No, I don't want to add gritty to my tattoo. The Georgia thing is big enough in my heart because of John Lewis and Stacey Abrams that's where my heart's at. So I have respect for Philly now that I never had before, but I'm not getting a gritty tattoo. They cold cock Santa Claus. Let's be real. They're assholes, but there are assholes right now. So. Right. That's good.
So we have a bottle of wine for this moment that I think we're going to open.
That's good. Yeah. I got to tell you that the tears are relief. My first call was to my mom. She's sitting at Starbucks with friends, and she told them, and I could hear the whole room erupt around them in the background. So that was kind of cool. Yeah.
Did I say I would twerk if we won PA? I don't think I said that. I think this was all related to Texas. I think you guys want to see me twerk, and I think maybe you haven't thought this through. I'm not crying on the internet. I'll tell you right now, I'm in a fairly intense state of shock. I didn't listen to the speech last night from Biden, but I was just laying in bed and getting some of the quotes and superbly presidential, right? Acknowledging the fact that COVID is about to get much, much, much worse and is already working on it. The guy's already working on it. He's not even president yet. He's already working on it. And so that, the sort of gestalt reaction on Twitter that we now actually have a president who isn't a white nationalist, sympathetic, fucking psychotic piece of shit. I mean, that's real. That's where we're at now. But I'm telling you, I'm not feeling that emotionally in any way, shape, or form. I'm not even feeling the weight off our shoulders yet, but it certainly is. I'll let Greg do it.
My daughters are dancing around in a chat with me. Very excited, both of them. Both of them cast their first ever presidential vote for Barack Obama, one in 2008, one in 2012. they've worn this presidency like more traumatic damage. They recognize abuse when they see it. My older daughter Casey, you guys may remember, she did some shows with us, and she felt attacked by this victory, and it really eroded her trust in all men because of the number of men she saw empowered by this bullying, crotch grabbing, abusive shithead being elected president. It really destroyed her faith in her fellow Americans. And I feel like this is for her. This is for Casey and Grace, my daughters. It's for my mom. It's for my roommate Donna. It's for my girlfriend Michelle. All of whom have borne much more of a price for this politics than I have. It's not for me. I'm going to be fine. I have a Southern accent and I'm a middle-aged fat white guy. I can blend. This is for all my friends who can't or choose not to blend. Yeah. Sorry, man.
No, I mean,
no, sorry. Sam Ronan is joining us. Shall I bring him on? I think we bring him on. Sammy, baby.
what is up?
How are you feeling? Oh, we lost your audio. Know what happened there? Let's see.
Oh, fuck me.
Nope.
Did you meet?
I'm here.
Now we got
Guys,
you.
Trump
Yeah.
tweeted an hour ago that he won this election by a lot. Wow, that didn't. Maybe that's why NBC did it. They're like, "Fuck you."
There are absolutely no American troops anywhere near Baghdad.
Wow. What's up, top of James's head?
James.
Yeah, James Hanneman. Welcome.
Crew fucking here. I love it.
So Sam, what are your thoughts?
Oh God, what aren't my thoughts? It's now my thoughts are just about what is he going to do next? Like, don't get me wrong. I know it sounds negative, but it's actually really positive because it's the ball's in his court now. We kicked that can down the road a little bit further than it was before. We gotta win.
Right. I just muted James until he's squared away there because I can hear a lot of good stuff going on in the background there. So you're not feeling.
You guys want to watch? Sorry, you guys want to watch?
Yes,
this on
please.
Fox News?
Yes, please.
Is this petty? I don't fucking care.
News.
Let's see it.
And now project that former Vice President Joe Biden will win Pennsylvania and Nevada, putting him over the 270 electoral votes he needs to become the 46th president of the United States.
What's up,
Donald Trump, the 45th
motherfuckers?
president of the United States, who stated in this process, "I will never give up fighting for you and our nation," will be denied a second term. That has not happened since 1992.
The Fox News decision
All right.
desk.
So sorry that happened. I just wanted to get a little Schadenfreude there. Fox News calling the race for checks notes.
Are you drinking? Are you drinking at 11:47? I mean,
I,
I'm not going to judge.
I'm drinking the Ronan version of popping a cold one. It is a peach sparkling water.
Oh, you rebel,
Nice.
you.
I
So
have
for those that don't know, Sam is a local organizer. He's been deeply entrenched in this fight. He also has been instrumental in facilitating other people's activism for Black Lives Matter, and we're super happy for you because we know how hard you worked. A lot harder in this cycle than any 9 other people I know. So thank you.
I tried. I appreciate that. I basically kind of said to myself a couple of years ago, like, Tampa Bay is so important. Like, the counties here are all so goddamn critical, not just to keeping the president from, well, I guess the former president from getting reelected. Even
the impeached former president.
the impeached former president, right? So I mean, everything we do has massive geopolitical consequences, and that's just the way I've been trying to come at the work around here and trying to push the work. There's always a tweet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no.
The Daily
Buddy
Show.
of mine has been spending a lot of time on the Donald, on Reddit, and in a lot of the those really seedy internet circles where like the true sycophants live, right? Like
Right.
the people that truly believe that Donald Trump is a superhero. Like, even without QAnon, they believe he's a superhero, and they are delusional. It's amazing. They are melting down. They've gone from like their grieving process kind of went the normal way and then went hard the other way, reverse clockwise. And now they're saying he's won 40 states and he won in a bigger margin that's ever been won. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about when the data's actually come out.
So their stages of grief are anger, denial, denial, anger, denial.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
All right. You guys talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'm gonna go get a glass of wine.
Sure thing. Do that.
And then we're gonna watch this.
Treat yourself for democracy.
Yeah. So welcome everybody for thank you for joining us today. You are watching the specialist possible edition of Hashtag Coffee. Our guest down here on the bottom of the screen is Sam Ronan. Sam's a local organizer in the Tampa Bay area and well connected to our statewide organizing family. We've begun the process of thinking about what we can change in Tampa Bay counties and in Florida as a larger picture, because this is great news. Florida did not go our way, and Florida's Democratic Party kind of stepped on its dick. They did not. I didn't know this until you told me day before yesterday, but the Florida Democratic Party did not support amendment to the $15 minimum wage amendment, and I am absolutely shocked and horrified by that. How is it possible that Democrats do not stand up for wages for workers?
Let's talk about that, because that's been a point of contention right now in a lot of the different circles that I'm involved in. For instance, Tomas Kennedy, who's a great activist that I respect down south in the Miami-Dade area, predominantly been doing work with the immigrant community. He's been holding the FDP leadership to the fire, probably even more than me in the last few days, and that's been a specific focus. A lot of people, including State Rep Ana Escamani, who we absolutely adore and absolutely the future of the party, have been holding them to task for very specific failures to have backed Amendment 2. And the party has a lot of very, let's put it diplomatically, let's say they're very bureaucratic responses. Well, we technically did this, we technically did that. There's a lot of technicalities, and the fact that we had to dig through technicalities to see whether or not they supported the raise of the minimum wage or not says a lot, I think. I mean, I think that's where the FDP is at. I think that's where they are in terms of legalizing marijuana. And I think that's a thing that we were missing from our policy plans that would have absolutely helped people in Florida realize what we were about. I think that the FDP, more than anything, just kind of lacks clear-cut values.
Do you think maybe they got too cozy with the business, with the Chamber of Commerce people? Because I mean, I've heard Terry Rizzo speak, and she really did. She talked about engaging business and letting people know we weren't the enemy of business.
Right.
So I think maybe that's the trap they got stuck in, is they felt like they were going to lose business people.
Well, I mean, speaking as someone who has personally had to campaign for many of what I think the FDP's favorite kind of candidate is, which is the pantsuit brunchocrats, diet Republican, people that can go to Republicans and say, I'm this thing you want. You want full fat ice cream. Have you tried Froyo? You can put a lot of toppings on and forget that you're eating Froyo.
Okay, so yeah, we need to have them on a Whole Foods diet instead of Republican Light. I get you.
Exactly. There's been a very conscious effort, I think, to try to make ourselves more like Republicans instead of doubling down on what actually makes us Democrats, or in some cases not Democrats. Personally, I don't feel like a Democrat. I feel icky saying things like that. Politics. You know how I feel, but I operate in these circles.
Yeah, I have to see if I can find a way to share this tweet, because it's too beautiful not to. Let me move this to another screen real quick. Hang on, that way I can do it. Yeah. So I don't. Can I do this? Yes, I can do this. Gollum J. Trump tweeted, No, the precious is lost. The precious is lost. They stole it from us. Wicked Biden's is.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, yesterday Vanity Fair was reporting that he very fully intended to lock himself in the White House with a giant wall and just not come out. To my knowledge, only 3 of his advisors or people in his inner circle have been actively telling him, no, that's a bad idea, or that it's not a bad idea, rather. It's Rudy Giuliani, Corey Lewandowski, and one other fucko goon that I completely forgot the name of.
Mark Meadows, but he's going to be going to the hospital soon.
The usual suspects. I also heard that Matt Getz is positive for COVID this morning.
Yeah. A resounding fuck that guy. Let's listen to
Heartbroken.
Van Jones here. Yeah, right. Everyone's super sad.
It's
No sound.
well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happier to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason. It's a vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered. The I can't breathe. That wasn't just George Floyd. That was a lot of people that felt that they couldn't breathe. Every day you're waking up and you're getting these tweets and you just don't know. And you're going to the store and people who have been afraid to show their racism are getting nastier and nastier to you. And you're worried about your kids and you're worried about your sister. And can she just go to Walmart and get back into her car without somebody saying something to her? And you spent so much of your life energy just trying to hold it together. And this is a big deal for us just to be able to get some peace and have a chance for a reset. And the character of the country matters. And being a good man matters. I just want my sons to look at this. Look at this. It's easy to do it the cheap way and get away with stuff, but it comes back around. It comes back around. And this is a good day for this country. I'm sorry for the people who lost. For them, it's not a good day. But for a whole lot of people, it's a good day. Glory.
Holy shit.
Wow.
It's
All right, I'm feeling it now.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it makes me think of one of the main talking points that I had while I was trying to pitch this ticket to people that weren't enthusiastic about Joe Biden, whether they were on the right or the left. And I said, listen, no matter what you think of him, no matter what bad he has done, because I think we can all agree that Joe Biden does not have a perfect shining record as an elected official. But Joe Biden will not actively seek to cause harm. He has caused harm.
That's
he will
how low the bar is.
Purpose. It seems like a low bar, but it's such an important distinction.
It's true. It's true.
He will not
seek
to cause harm. He will not purposely cause harm. He will not go out of his way to cause harm. Donald Trump will.
Right. And having listened last week to that amazing podcast interview between Joe Biden and Brene Brown and have him talk about expressions of power, this is what I preach. This is what I teach in counseling rooms. That men need to share their power. Men need to give their power away and trust that they won't be treated like they've treated women and children. And that's a very difficult thing for men to come to. And the idea what struck me wasn't that she said that and he went, yeah, that's a good idea. He was spontaneously enumerating examples of how that will work in leadership. And that he comes to that from himself, not from having heard it from Brene Brown and latched onto it. That's significant to me. That's, when men talk to me about their lives, that's something I look, there's a reason my circle of male friends is really small. And this is exactly the reason, because Corey didn't need to be told to surrender his power. I watched him sharing his power every day. I watched him seeking new ways to recognize that he had power that he didn't know he had, and that it might be accidentally stepping on other people. He knows that, that, I know that. And that's why my circle of male friends is small. And I see that, I see that in Joe Biden. And I recognize, like you say, his political record is not perfect. There are things that are problematic. But what's interesting about this cycle of the election is for each of those things, he said, yeah, that was wrong. That was a bad use of power. which is exactly what I ask men to do to heal their own lives and the lives of their families. Right. So knowing that you were there and that you did things that held down other people and making amends for it is exactly who I want in any leadership role, in any existence role. But leadership is particularly important on this. So I'm feeling like wasn't my first choice, but in this moment, this is a good choice for president.
Absolutely.
This is certainly better than where we were 30 minutes ago.
Well, like Corey said, the bar was low.
The bar was low. That's why I ran for mayor. That's why I ran for mayor.
Listening to that, I mean, reading through what we did with the Moving Forward podcast, you know, we were actually reading through Biden's proposals, and they're all fucking fantastic. Like anyone that tells you that they aren't hasn't read them, and that's a 1-to-1 correlation. Right. You know, could they be more progressive? Of course they could. He's a somewhat centrist, honestly, a hell of a lot more progressive than he needed to be. Democratic, big tent, freaking candidate, right? And have to be to win. And so, you know, there's that stuff, but like it, I don't know, like listen to that Brene Brown episode. Like you don't fake that. You can't come in an hour and a half long conversation like that and like lie about your principles in a coherent way. It was fucking fantastic.
I felt the same way about the Barack Obama Mark Maron podcast when he went out and sat in Maron's garage. You know, like I was already on board the Obama train, but listening to him sit down and eloquently lay out, you know, listening to a president of the United States use the N-word in an explanation of racial politics in America in that way was really striking to me. It's what inspired me to start doing a podcast. I have that picture of the two of them hunched over Mark's little table in the garage, you know, on hand, because that was absolutely the moment when I decided that we could do this all over America for local people. And I'm pretty excited about that. But there was something else nagging at me there, and I forgot what it was because I'm old and I'm pretty emotionally wrung out. But yeah, in our comments, this is absolutely what PTSD looks like. What we're all feeling right now is escaping the abuser. This is absolutely what that feels like. And we're going to be re-traumatized. Don't kid yourselves. There are going to be this particular man is going to continue to say things that trigger us into PTSD reactions. And I don't want anybody to be surprised by that. It's going to happen. There you go. Matt Getz, who mocked concerns about COVID back in March, is COVID positive.
Dave Myers is dropping the pettiness elsewhere, which I think is entirely like Corey Elko said above, because he's a lot more patient and kind than I am, that he doesn't really want to rub it in. And I'm like, well, you know, the Confederacy and the Trump flags probably will be around for a long time, but neither one of them lasted longer than 4 years.
Zing.
I stole that from some tweet meme, but I'm gonna get a lot of mileage out of that.
So the list of people we're not going to have to listen to anymore is pretty good. No more Mike Pompeo, you know, bye-bye. No more Trump family surrogates. Bye-bye.
Rick Wilson is playing Greg Smithwick on Twitter.
What?
Hold on. Rick Wilson from the
I know who he is.
Yeah.
Is he crying on the internet?
I'm not crying tears of joy. You're crying tears of joy.
I totally am.
Yeah.
I totally am.
So, you know.
So we have a lot. A really poignant thing happened. I belonged to a group for a while called TF The Resistance, Total FARC. FARC.com is a web community I belong to for decades now. And we started a resistance page here on Facebook. It's a private group. Where it's not a shelter. It's a place where we talk about actions that can be taken, and many people in that group have been active. And yesterday, Andrew Beals is in that conversation. There was, well, what are we going to do with this group now if he loses? And the minute it was announced, I got a notification that TF The Resistance has changed its name to TF The Persistence. You know, within seconds. So that's the thing. We have a lot of work to do. Right. You know, the scouring of the Shire now happens where we go back from having thrown the ring into Mount Doom and unmade it. Now we have to go back to our states and our counties and clean it the fuck up. Right. We have a lot of work to do at the state and local level, because none of this would have happened without state legislatures getting in the way and making things more difficult. I am 1,000% sure that the Florida legislature is going to try to hamstring this $15 minimum wage thing. I'm 100% sure they're going to do it.
Absolutely.
If they can't tolerate medical cannabis for sick people, imagine what they're going to do to stop $15 an hour minimum wage for people that need the money. So we have some work to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Especially, I hope that everyone remembers too just how pervasive Trumpism is, to the point where when he was doing his rallies here, he was being introduced by State Representative Chris Sprowls, who has his territory extending through Pasco and Pinellas over in State House District 65. Like, these people took an active part in that administration. They're all complicit. The state government of Florida is complicit.
Yeah, well, Amber Mariano's very first campaign lit piece in 2000, is it only 18? Has it only been that long?
No, she got in
16. Right. Her very first campaign piece of literature said, "We support the full Trump agenda." There's pictures of her meeting him on the airport runway. So, and we just reelected her for 2 years. But 2022 is coming.
Yeah,
and
started on that. I have some feelings.
Well, share your feelings, Sam. That's what we do here on Hashtag Coffee.
Well, some of y'all might know I've been very loudly lambasting the Florida Democratic Party for its failures. We already touched on it a little bit. And I'm actively organizing against them, trying to demand the firings of Terry Rizzo and the rest of her staff. And one of the things that bothers me the most is the fact that State House 36 was utterly neglected. North Pinellas, utterly neglected. These areas where we could have won, where the initial polling that we had was good, where we had good, strong candidates like Dan, and just neglected, weren't given what they needed, not paid the time of day. I had a conversation with Michelle Rader a couple months ago where I tried to secure an endorsement for Dan, and she asked me who that was, because House Victory hadn't prioritized him. House Victory had provided a list of these races that they needed her to talk about, to endorse, and he wasn't on it. And she knew full well who Amber was. I can't say the words that she called Amber Mariano. Amber's reputation is known, and it's bad. It's very bad. And yet,
so it would have taken one phone call for House Victory to talk to Dan for 20 minutes and figure out, yes, this is a viable, smart, intelligent, clean guy. Clean in the sense that there's no skeletons in Dan's closet that aren't soaked in chlorine from the pools that he cleans in his blue collar job. And that's all it would have taken for them to recognize that Dan was an outstanding candidate to defeat Amber Mariano, who is one of the most ineffectual state legislators we have. Nothing she's ever proposed has made it out of committee.
She's not liked. She's not even liked. It's like when Jamie Grant beat Jessica Harrington back in 2018. How did that happen?
Yep.
He's not liked. He's one of the most hated people in local politics, which is why he literally had to abandon his race just to win, which, don't get me started on that race either. The point is that the party has been thoroughly neglecting its duties. It has been cowardly in these areas. It doesn't think it can win, and it can. We know it can. We absolutely know that it can. You and I know that Dan Antonito could have won that race with proper funding, with proper media, and things that you just don't have access to running a grassroots campaign in a predominantly red area.
Right.
It's a winnable fight, but it's a fight, and you have to acknowledge it's a fight.
They could have sent him a campaign manager that with some street experience. Not that Casey didn't do a magnificent job with the limited resources they have, but at least some advisory capacity help.
And Sam, we should actually introduce. We need to just draft Brad for the races we want to win. He's a consultant.
Yeah, we've got somebody we want to turn you on to. That
He
organized Central Michigan for Bill Clinton during that presidential run, and he now lives in South Florida. He's a friend of Corey's.
If he got put in charge of the races in Florida, we would fucking clean up. Like it would be disgusting. Because I've heard that Stacey Abrams is going to be busy for the rest of time. So Dave Myers asked, is it too much to put up a daily post for the next 4 years reminding people that Trump lost the election? Hard no.
Not for me.
Hard no.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm just like, hey, remember that racist piece of shit you guys brought in as president? Oh, He's one of the only one-term presidents in American history.
Because all of those people that worked for his administration are going to try to be lobbyists, and they're going to try to be civil society.
Who's going to be even more petty and fantastic at not forgetting than us? The Lincoln Project. Like, they literally spent the last 48 hours creating and crowdsourcing a hit list, but just for the NSA, political hit list.
Oh wow! I'm watching a video on MSNBC of crowds are gathering in Columbus Square in New York City.
Yeah, there's some cheering going on.
Like the Death Star.
I think I see downtown Philadelphia now.
Yep. Yeah, Jareen said too, if they'd funded Kojo here, she's in Oklahoma, he would have wanted her to come close. And I sort of, it would be interesting to see how Fair Fight and how Stacey Abrams handled those races in Georgia, because I would be willing to bet that they are decentralized. You have people that are out there fighting the fight that are doing it without any ammunition.
Yes, without any connection to their state parties. Yeah. Hey, what up? Journalist, world traveler, and amazing human being Ash Gallagher is joining us from somewhere in Europe, right?
Yep, I'm in France, guys. How are you?
Yeah, this is Sam Ronan. He's a friend of ours that organizes here in the Tampa Bay area, and this is Ash. Have you met Ash? You may have seen her on CNN back in the day.
Back in the Disney. Yeah, we're drafting out of CNN now. That's what we're doing. Stone Kettle. Well, looks like the Republicans finally got what they wanted. Liberals are certainly crying today.
Oh my God. I just need to say that I am feeling such a sense of like relief. We did it. Yeah. As a woman, I'm not quite as emotional yet. I think it's going to hit me a little bit later. But I'm definitely beginning to feel like the heavy gratitude, the somber gratitude of what we've done, because it isn't even just about the vice presidency. It's about all the women across the country who've been elected, the indigenous women, LGBT women, Black women that have all trans women that have all been elected, that have fought hard. You know, women like Stacey Abrams, she helped make Georgia happen. This is an army of women that has helped push this forward. And I know, like Dave Myers said something the other day about, he felt like there was part of him that was really just voting for Kamala Harris. I have talked to dozens of people who have said the same thing. I know that sort of Biden is a bit of a pathway, but Biden is also sort of a divine human who knows when to sort of step back to let other people challenge him. And the fact is, he chose the woman who challenged him publicly to be his running mate. And that speaks volumes of the kind of man that he is. And so I am so grateful that we've done this, that we stepped into this space. This is a fucking proud moment.
You haven't seen the Van Jones clip yet, have you?
Huh?
Have you seen the Van Jones clip yet?
No, actually, he was talking as I was getting on here. So
let's show it again.
We're watching it again. Greg, I'm so glad that you were.
Yeah, I'm going to mute it. I'm going to mute me so you can hear it.
Yeah. It's just.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
It's Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. Yeah. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happier to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason. It's a vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered. The I can't breathe. That wasn't just George Floyd. That was a lot of people that felt that they couldn't breathe. Every day you're waking up and you're getting these tweets and you just don't know, and you're going to the store and people who have been afraid to show their racism are getting nastier and nastier to you, and you're worried about your kids, and you're worried about your sister. And can she just go to Walmart and get back into her car without somebody saying something to her? And you spent so much of your life energy just trying to hold it together. And this is a big deal for us just to be able to get some peace and have a chance for a reset. And the character of the country matters. And being a good man matters. I just want my sons to look at this. Look at this. It's easy to do it the cheap way and get away with stuff, but it comes back around. It comes back around. And this is a good day for this country. I'm sorry for the people who lost. For them, it's not a good day. But for a whole lot of people, it's a good day. Gloria?
For a whole lot more people. For a whole lot more people. That's the point. There are more of us who needed to breathe. And I am thankful. I'm thankful that he showed us tears. I'm thankful that we're fucking here. I feel like we can actually begin to make some of the changes and do the work that we wanted to do 4 years ago that got stopped. It got stopped because the work we were trying to do was being crushed. And it is important that representation is everything. So to have a woman in the vice presidency's office is everything. Representation fucking matters. And I have long been inspired by more Black women in my life than I have. It's not to say that I don't have any inspirations that are white, but I would say that the fierceness that I've adapted in my own personality is because of Black women who have been my aunties and friends and who have taught me something. And so to see that same kind of character in the woman that we've said we want to be ultimately vice president and likely president is a huge fucking deal. So I'm fucking proud of us.
Me too. Super proud. And I think that's where I land today. Is this victory isn't for me. It's for women and minorities and people who are far more injured by this president than I've been. Yeah. All right. So here's the story, guys. My mom and I have a plan to work today, and she's done dancing around with her friends at Starbucks and celebrating. Apparently, the whole place erupted when I called her and she let the store know. She's on her way to her house to get me, so I'm going to have to jump off and go do some work stuff, which is going to be impossible, but we're going to give it a shot. I love you guys very much. I'm super, super grateful. Now we take out our brooms and our shovels and we start cleaning up this shitty mess that he made of our country. Scouring of the Shire time.
Absolutely.
That's it for me. I love you guys.
Love you too, Greg. Oh, I'm actually also got to hop off. Got to bring my partner to work, but it's been a pleasure talking with you guys. And hey, we did it. We blew up the Death Star.
You still there? Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Corey.
I said so many cool things while I was muted. What a dummy. Anyway, we'll be back Monday morning. I did want to say, like, if anyone feels like taking a nap, go do that. I know we've all kind of been up for hours, and I've been sleeping very good for the last week.
Well, thanks for letting me jump on in the last moments of it.
Of course. No, we needed you here. Thank you for your voice. I mean, I know we have a lot of work to do, but
we're allowed to celebrate this moment. We're allowed to breathe and take a few naps and just be like, okay for today.
Yeah. Breathe is exactly the word that, resonates with me because I haven't been doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Fuck that guy. I don't know if Sasquatch is real or not, but I know that Trump is a one-term president.
I know that he got a vote, so hey.
Yeah, exactly. Love you guys. We'll see you Monday morning.
Peace.